Good evening, I'm Katie Moore.
And I'm Sharice Gibson. Tonight, the man accused of killing his ex-girlfriend in New Orleans and then driving to Tennessee, where he's accused of shooting a police officer, is in jail.
It all started on Monday morning on Iberville Street. Then police say B.J. Brown drove more than 500 miles to the town of Erin, Tennessee, northwest of Nashville, where police there say he shot an officer. Brown was arrested this morning after a manhunt.
Well, Mike McDaniel looks more into Brown's past criminal history and asks why he was out of jail in tonight's top story.
Allegedly murdering his ex-girlfriend and shooting a Tennessee officer while on the run, the crimes linked to 32-year-old B.J. Brown are not exactly surprising to St. John Parish Sheriff Mike Tregre.
He is a violent, habitual, repeat offender.
Tregre says Brown has been arrested at least 15 times since 2010. Court documents show a history of charges, some violent, including pursuits, drugs, assault, robbery, injuring a police dog, and resisting an officer.
We've even had cases of domestic violence with him and the young lady that he murdered.
Monday's murder was caught on cell phone video. It shows a man walk up to 48-year-old Cassandra Jones outside a New Orleans apartment complex with what appears to be an assault rifle. He shoots her multiple times.
He should never see the light of day again. And I wish we could have done something to prevent that from happening. Maybe could have been in jail. I don't know.
Court records show Brown's past charges in St. John Parish landed him in jail for only 94 days. Some charges were either not pursued or dropped by the victim, Cassandra Jones. The only pending charges involve a high-speed crash on River Road back in October.
He crashed into citizens who were injured, 3 adults and a child, where he basically totaled all vehicles.
Tregre worries about a failure in the justice system, especially since Brown was on probation for drug charges at the time of the murder. Last month, Brown was sentenced to 2 years probation instead of 3 years in jail. 2 days later, Jones filed a restraining order for domestic violence against Brown in Orleans Parish. She was killed a month and a half later.
He definitely what I consider a violent criminal history and a person that definitely needs to be off the streets and probably should have been off the streets a long time ago.
On the run for 2 days, Brown was caught Wednesday morning in Houston County, Tennessee, near the town of Erin. The handcuffs used were from the officer who Brown allegedly shot and injured during a traffic stop.
His gear probably had a little bit of blood on him, but I didn't wash him off because he had blood, this officer's blood on his hands anyway.
For Police Chief Mark Moore and his 6-man department, it's personal. Tregre says the court system should expedite the case.
If you commit a crime and it's just undeniable and your guilt is obvious, this case should not take years to prosecute.
Mike McDaniel, Eyewitness News.